Thinking in probabilities, the mindset of successful traders. Most traders enter the market believing that success comes from predicting the future. They believe the goal is to analyze charts perfectly, to find the exact moment when the market will go up or down. So they spend countless hours studying indicators, strategies, and technical patterns. But despite all that effort, many traders continue to struggle. Not because their strategies are bad, but because their mindset is wrong. According to trading psychologist Mark Douglas, successful trading begins with a fundamental shift in the way you think. Instead of trying to predict the market, you must learn to think in probabilities. And this single idea can completely transform the way you approach trading. The prediction trap. One of the biggest mistakes traders make is believing that trading is about being right. They want their analysis to be correct. They want the market to move exactly the way they predicted. And when it doesn't, they feel frustrated. They feel confused. Sometimes they even feel angry at the market. But the truth is that the market does not care about your predictions. The market is driven by millions of participants making decisions at the same time. Banks, institutions, hedge funds, retail traders, algorithms, all interacting in a constantly changing environment. Because of this, the market is never completely predictable. Even the best analysis can fail. And when traders expect certainty in an uncertain environment, they create emotional pressure on themselves. This pressure leads to poor decisions. They hesitate to enter trades. They exit winners too early. They hold losing trades too long. All because they are trying to prove they are right. But professional traders understand something different. They know that trading is not about prediction. It is about probability. Understanding probability. Probability simply means that over a series of events, certain outcomes are more likely than others. Think about a casino. A casino does not know the result of the next roll of the dice. They cannot predict exactly what number will appear. But they still make money consistently. Why? Because the games they offer have a statistical edge. Over time, the probabilities work in their favor, and trading works in a very similar way. A trading strategy does not guarantee that every trade will win. Instead, it provides a statistical advantage over many trades. Some trades will win, some trades will lose. But if the strategy has a real edge, the wins will outweigh the losses over time. Professional traders understand this. They do not focus on individual trades. They focus on the long-term performance of their strategy. The emotional problem of single trades. The biggest challenge traders face is emotional attachment to single trades. When traders risk money, emotions immediately become involved. If the trade goes into profit, they feel excited. If the trade moves against them, they feel fear. And these emotions can easily influence their decisions. For example, when a trader sees profit appearing on the screen, they may close the trade too early. They fear the market might reverse. But by doing this repeatedly, they prevent their winning trades from reaching their full potential. On the other hand, when a trade goes into loss, many traders hesitate to close it. They hope the market will turn around. They avoid accepting the loss. And what was supposed to be a small loss becomes a large one. This emotional behavior destroys the statistical edge of their strategy. Because instead of letting probabilities play out naturally, emotions interfere with the process. Thinking like a professional trader. Professional traders approach trading differently. They accept uncertainty completely. They know that any single trade can lose. And they are comfortable with that. Instead of worrying about the outcome of one trade, they focus on executing their strategy consistently. They follow their rules. They manage their risk. They trust the probabilities of their system over time. This mindset removes a huge amount of emotional pressure. Because once you stop needing every trade to win, you begin trading with much more clarity. You become calm. You become objective. And you make decisions based on logic rather than emotion. The importance of risk management. Thinking in probabilities also changes the way traders approach risk. When traders try to predict the market perfectly, they often take excessive risks. They believe they are certain about the outcome. But when you think in probabilities, you understand that uncertainty always exists. Because of this, professional traders protect themselves with strict risk management. They risk only a small percentage of their account on each trade. This ensures that a single losing trade cannot damage their overall performance. By controlling risk, They give their strategy enough time to produce results over many trades, accepting losses as part of the process. Another key part of thinking in probabilities is accepting losses without emotional resistance. Many traders view losses as failures. They take them personally. They feel discouraged after losing trades. But professional traders see losses differently. They understand that losses are simply part of the statistical process. Just like a casino experiences losing rounds during games. Those losses do not threaten the business model. Because over time, the probabilities still work in their favor. The same principle applies to trading. If your strategy has an edge, losses are simply temporary events within a much larger series of trades. Accepting this truth removes fear from trading. And when fear disappears, discipline becomes much easier to maintain. Consistency creates results. Consistency is the bridge between probability and profitability. If a trader constantly changes strategies, breaks rules, or trades emotionally, the probabilities of the system can never play out properly. But when a trader follows their system consistently, the statistical edge begins to reveal itself. Over time, small advantages accumulate. Profits grow gradually, confidence increases, and trading becomes more stable and controlled. Consistency is not exciting. It is not dramatic, but it is the foundation of professional trading. Training your mind to think in probabilities. Learning to think in probabilities takes time. It requires changing deeply ingrained habits. Many traders are used to judging their success based on single trades, but this mindset must change. Instead of asking whether a trade was a winner or loser, ask whether you followed your rules. Did you execute your strategy correctly? Did you manage risk properly? Did you stay disciplined? If the answer is yes, then the trade was successful regardless of the outcome. This shift in perspective allows traders to focus on the process rather than the result. And focusing on the process leads to long-term success. The freedom of letting go. One of the most powerful benefits of thinking in probabilities is the freedom it creates. When you no longer feel the need to predict every market movement, trading becomes less stressful. You stop chasing perfection. You stop trying to control the market. Instead, you simply follow your system and let the probabilities unfold. This mindset creates emotional stability. And emotional stability is one of the greatest advantages a trader can have, because markets reward discipline, patience, and consistency, not prediction. Most traders fail because they approach trading with the wrong expectations. They try to predict the market. They try to avoid losses. They try to be right all the time. But successful traders understand something very different. They understand that trading is a game of probabilities. They accept uncertainty. They manage risk. And they execute their strategies consistently over many trades. Once you truly adopt this mindset, trading becomes much clearer. Because you are no longer fighting the nature of the market, you are working with it. And when you combine a solid strategy with the mindset of probability, you begin to develop the true edge of a professional trader.